Hello everyone, welcome to QNAP Live Show. I'm your host Sam for today's topic. Actually, I am very excited because 2 days ago we have just introduced you a TS-1677, which is a 16-bay and high spec specification of the hardware product. But now we are going to bring you the 4 bays, 6 bays, and 8 bays. If you don't really need that many hard disk, you can consider to use our also the latest new products, which is also very powerful. Let's check on the title: TS-x73 series affordable business NAS with AMD RX-421ND quad-core 3.4 GHz CPU and 2 PCIe slots. Well, basically, now it's very hard to find a 2 PCIe slots with 3.4 GHz CPU NAS in the market under the same price range. So still, today we have our PM Jason,
Hi,
also
everyone.
very familiar in 16-bay like 1677. If you have watched that video, you definitely know him. So today Jason will show us the review of how the 3 NAS, 4-bay, 6-bay, and 8-bays of the X73 series, how powerful they are, and also we will show the front cover and the rear panel. Of course, we will show you how to install the PCIe card or your own GPU card. So Jason, please.
Okay, hi everyone. So let me first go to the slide, switch to the slide. So today I'm going to bring the the upcoming TS-x73 series. So as you can see on the screen, it comes with the 4-bay model, 6-bay model, and 8-bay model. And it is probably the most affordable high CPU power NAS up to date with 2 PCI slots. Okay, and then later on you will see the analysis from me at how good it is compared to the other brands. Okay,
2 PCI slots should be a very good selling point, right?
Yes, because QNAP has so many PCIe cards accessories. So basically it equipped the NAS with many powerful functions.
Yeah, so sometimes I want to install many different types of the expansion devices, but if I buy other brands, I can only have 1 PCI slot.
Yes.
So that is when we should try to use QNAP, because we provide you 2 slots.
Yes, and not only that, the 73 series, just like its big brothers, the 73, the TVS-73E series. This model also, on the motherboard itself, also comes with 2 of the M.2 SSD SATA slots. So it saves you basically your money to buy another M.2 SSD expansion card.
Okay.
Yeah, compared to the other brands.
Okay.
And then so this one has got quad-core processor, which is business ready for all the various virtualization and the file server usages. Okay. So let's take a look at the 73 series family. Okay. So here on the top of the line, you will see the TVS with a V. Okay, TVS X73E series. Also comes with a 4-bay, 6-bay, and 8-bay. Yeah. And this you will see the very distinctive gold color. Gold. Yeah, so very elegant. And you will see that also this kind of the top end of the line series also comes with a LCD monitor on the front to know the status right away. And then the most important is that this series has a built-in graphics. Okay. So as you can see on the right, with the AMD Radeon R7 graphics unit integrated. So the CPU model is called RX-421ND quad-core, and then the base frequency is 2.1 GHz. Okay, and it can turbo core up to 3.4 GHz. So actually, it is quite powerful. Currently, it's the performance just below the AMD Ryzen processors. Okay. So it's very target oriented. It's very targeting the business segment. Okay, for the middle end and entry level business market. Okay, and then so not just that, all the 73 series from the top to the end, the tower models, okay, comes with 2 PCI slots. Okay, we'll get more about that. And the top of the line also comes with USB quick access, so you can actually connect to a desktop computer, whether it's a Mac or Windows, and then you install our QFinder Pro utility on your computer, and then with an optional USB cable. So it's gonna be one end will be USB 3.0 micro B connect to the NAS USB quick access port on the 73E series. Okay. And then the other end will be a Type A or Type C connect to your computer. And then our QFinder Pro can discover the NAS and help you finish the first time installation. After that, you can also use the same USB cable connected, right, to do a file sharing to access the data. So not just that, the wonderful about NAS is that besides the direct connection with a USB cable, the LAN ports on the back of the NAS can also serve data to your network clients. So it's a multi-purpose. Yeah. And then because this one has integrated the AMD Radeon R7 graphics card, integrated on the IC itself. So this is also very good for your multimedia usage. For example, it's capable of 4K video transcoding, and also it's got two of the HDMI ports for 4K output. So you can connect to your smart TV or even your computer for video output. Now get to the middle part here, the brand new 73 series today. I'm going to tell you about is that this one is based on the AMD RX-421ND quad core. Okay, you will see that compared to the top one, the BD, the N means no graphics. No graphics built in. And you get the same 2.1 gigahertz base frequency, and then turbo core up to 3.4. So the processing power is the same. Okay, so which means you don't lose on any of performance. All right, and then after that will be the 73U recommend series, which is available on the 8-bay, 12-bay, and 16-bay recommend series. Yeah, but the good thing about the 73, the Tower series, is that even though it has no built-in graphics, but we don't let you disappointed. Okay? We didn't take that away, the capability away from you. You will discover how we can make it more wonderful on this series. Okay? If you still have a multimedia requirement. All right. So again, here's an overview of the two different CPUs we use on a 73 series. So as you can see here, QNAP and NAS use the top line flagship models. Okay. Here you will see on the 73E comes with the quad core, and then since it is a system on a chip SoC design, so you can see that when the NAS is not busy, if it's idle, it actually doesn't cost you a lot of electricity. Okay, you save on your electricity bills. Only 12 watts of power consumption, and when it's at its full power, and only up to 35 watts. So actually it's quite energy efficient. Okay? And also the 73, you will see that 73 and 73U is using the RX-421ND. So again, you will see that the very similar specs, just minus the integrated Radeon chip. All right. Now let's take the front here. On the front, you will see on the left-hand side, there are many different status indicators for the NAS system, the LAN port and the USB port, and also the M.2, two of the M.2 ports indicators, and also the 3.5-inch drives. And what's more advanced setup is that because we have made these LEDs, they can with a adjustable brightness control. So actually, through our Qtier web user interface, you can control the brightness of those LEDs and also schedule the time. And you will see that another hint here is the IR receiver. You may wonder how come it doesn't have a built-in GPU, no HDMI. How come we still leave the IR receiver there on the NAS, right? That's because in the upcoming Qtier 4.3.5, we will let this series support the addition of a PCIe graphics card. So actually, after you add in a graphics card, you get the same features, almost the same features as the big brother 73E series. So with the IR receiver, it supports additional remote control from QNAP and also a graphics card. All right. And all the 3.5-inch drive trays, they support the toolless installation of the 3.5-inch, the big hard drives. And you can also, at your own choice, you can also install the 2.5-inch SSDs, SATA version. And then on the right, very simple power button, and also we put in a front copy button with a USB Type A port for you to instantly back up your data, right? And then on the rear side, you will have the two of the PCIe slots here. Okay, this is probably the only model you will find in the same price category that gives you two of the PCIe slots. And just keep in mind that because the 4-bay is a little bit smaller, right, narrower. So if you buy a TS-x73, the PCIe card supported spec is a low profile PCIe card, okay, low profile. And then on if you choose the 6-bay and 8-bay, it can support the higher full height PCIe card.
Sure.
So besides that, you will commonly see on the QNAP NAS will be the audio input output and some of the USB 5G ports for you to connect UPS, printers, keyboard, mouse, external drives, something. And then also building 4 gigabit LAN ports, so you can do a port trunking, failover setup there. Speakers, like I mentioned earlier, in every new NAS, almost every new NAS has now a speaker. It's a QNAP specialty. So very intelligent audio alerts with about the NAS status. You can also use it to play music if you want to. All right. Okay, so let's not say about the rear side. Let's take a look at the interior. When you lift up the cover, you have instant access to the 4 of the sold-in memory. So it's like notebook type memory, DDR4, which is 1 plus points against the other brand. Okay, and then we gives you support because this is the CPU is a very powerful and very high end. So you will see that it can support up to 64 gigabyte of memory.
I think the 64 gigabyte is another selling point because, per my understanding, under the same budget range, only our model can support 64 gigabyte.
Yes, right? Yes. The others may only support up to 16 gigabyte.
So that is 1/4 of the RAM efficient.
Yes.
So can you tell us what is the difference between 64 gigabyte and 16 gigabyte?
Well, 16.4 minus is 1648. Just kidding. With that, more memory means you can run more because QNAP NAS supports virtual machines and containers. It means you can run more virtual machines and the containers on this device. For example, you can give a virtual machine 8 gigabyte memory, right? So you can have more memory. And also, the more memory the NAS has means the more client with concurrent connection it can support. So more memory supports a more concurrent client connection when they are concurrent transfer the data, uploading, downloading. So more memory is also good for like a VM, like I just mentioned, VM and all concurrent client accesses.
So basically, the bigger the company is, because this is a big business NAS, right? So the bigger the company is, or if a company is really putting their focus on the efficiency of a NAS working
VM
speed or anything, or the more and more people are going to log into the NAS at the same time as a concurrent user, they will need a good CPU and as many as the DDR4, right?
Yeah. Because if you also another advantage is the DDR4 memory. DDR4 starts at 2133 and now 2400 compared to the DDR3. And it may be the other model may also, they are stuck at DDR3, which is only 1600. So you only get about at least 20-30% of faster memory speed with the DDR4. So of course the efficiency is better.
Okay. Yeah. So if you are a user for your own business, or you are MIS maybe manager, or you are MIS, you want to put another new and a higher efficient NAS to your report to your boss, or you just want to change another new NAS, take a look at our X73 series because this is the first, maybe not the first, but in the same price level, this is the only NAS that can provide you 64 gigabyte of the DDR4, which co-work with a good CPU, so that can bring you good function and then good working speed, and then you can create more virtual VM. for your business purpose. So we kept saying like another brand. Why don't we just tell them what brand? Because I think one day they will know that.
Yeah, we only care about one brand, I guess.
Yeah, we only
the S company, I guess.
Well, basically, we want to make this product because we know that QNAP, we hear all the users' voice. We want to create you a better product that can really helps you. So our product design, mostly is based on the demand from the market. So let's check it out and check what we have next.
Okay. So before I go to the next slide, there's also just want to remind you that with the 73 series, we provide the 4 GB memory SKU and the 8 GB, and all of them come with a dual channel setup. Okay. So now let's get to the PCIe slots. I kept mentioning about PCIe slots, 2 of them. So you can see that on the other brand with the same range, only you get one of the PCIe slots, and it is store speed 1 Gen 2 by 4. So which means if you want to use the SD cache, you will no longer have another available slot for 10 gigabit port. So which means it becomes less useful, right?
You can only choose one.
Yeah, if you go with the 10G card, then you don't have a SSD acceleration.
But I have a solution.
Yeah.
If I want to use SSD card, I will install this card first, and then when I've done everything, I just take off this card and install another 10 gig card, and then for the fast speed transmission.
Let me tell you an easier thing. You guys can ask them to support the QNAP QN2 card with the SSD and 10G on the same card, right?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
No matter what we do it for all our users. We want you to have a better experience of using our NAS.
Yeah. So here, just a quick overview of what kind of PCIe cards are offered by QNAP, so that you can use in the various environments. Okay, we got several of these available, and then let me go through them one by one. Okay, all right. So first, let's take a look at the network cards. So you will first see the wired network cards. So on the top left, there are 10G 2 ports, and then comes with a SA plus or the 10G base T, so 2 dual ports.
Yes.
And then in the middle ones, QSG-10G1T. This is our latest card that was launched in February.
Yeah.
So this one supports the card interface itself is a Gen 3, PCIe Gen 3. Okay, Gen 3. And then the 10G base T is one port. And then 5-speed support. So not just 10G, it can also support upcoming 5G and 2.5G. Yes. 100 mega. Yeah. And then on the right will be the LAN 10G 1TA. Also supports 5-speed, but the card interface itself is a PCIe Gen 2, Gen 2 by 4. A little bit slower, but it's still okay. Yeah, depends on your budget.
Okay.
Then on the rightmost is the dual port gigabit LAN ports. Okay. Now, below that you will see the wireless network cards. In the past, QNAP, I think maybe December last year of 2017, QNAP launched the wireless AP station.
Yeah.
So it basically allows you to make the NAS from a wireless access point. And then at the time, there were only in the market only the available cards are TP-Link.
Yeah.
And you will also see the speed is older standard, only 11N. Okay. So we felt a need that we needed to have a faster speed. That's why QNAP is going to come out in April with the brand new QAAC2600 wireless card.
Yeah.
With that, you will see the name in 2600, and I will talk more about that in the later slides. Okay, I won't spend too much time on that.
Sure.
All right. So let's take look at this. As I mentioned earlier, on the motherboard of the 73 series comes with 2 of the M.2 SATA SSD slots. So after you get this NAS, you can put in the M.2 SATA SSD right away to get SSD cache or to set up a Qtier. Very, very useful Qtier. You will see a live demo later. Okay, so not just that, QNAP has launched QN2 cards that provides 2 of the M.2 SSD slots. So if you don't have the QN2 card, you can only set up a rate 1 or 0 on the integrated M.2 SSD slots, right? Yes. So if you choose rate 0 and you get a speed, right? Okay, but you have less protection. If you set up a RAID 1, then you get only half the capacity,
yes.
and also no speed enhancement.
Yes.
That's why QN2 card is a good complement accessory to the NAS devices with a built-in, whether it's built-in or without built-in M.2 SSD slots. And here's an overview of the available. Currently, we have 4 QM2 cards by QNAP. Okay, and on the look at the left-hand side, there's a QN2 2S and the 2P. Very easy to remember it. S means a SATA version, right? Yeah. So you can support 2 of the M.2 SATA SSDs. And then 2P, there's a PCIe NVMe, so 2 of the PCIe. If you can also get an advanced version with a 10 gigabit port included, because you may have some NAS models with only 1 PCIe slot, such as our 53BE series, right? Only 1 PCIe slot. So to make the most potential of the one single PCIe slot, you can choose the QM2 cards on the right-hand side, the advanced version. So not only you get the dual M.2 SSD slots, but also a 10G-best port.
Yes.
That's also 5-speed support, 5-speed. So you are ready for the future.
From 10G to 100 megabyte.
Yeah, yes. And then all our QNAP cards comes with we all include all various brackets. So which means it can support all the different QNAP NAS models, whether it's a desktop or rack mount.
Okay.
Now, how can you make use of the upcoming QNAP wireless card? So basically, you just go to the QTS to install the wireless IP station after you have installed the card, right? And then you set up, you will find the card installed on the NAS. And then you can set up a wireless access point. Keep in mind that this card is very advanced card. It can concurrently emit dual 5G and 2.5G signal, just like your router. You will discover 5G and 2.5G. Same thing with this. It's a dual band access point function. So with that, you have actually 2 separate and then reserve the wireless bandwidth for all your IoT devices and also your mobile clients and computers. Okay, so basically you can instantly set up a very secure wireless network access with that. And what's more is that you all know that with many of the routers, okay, $200 or $300 US, that actually they are still using the ARM-based processors. Okay, maybe dual core, and then only up to 1.4 gigahertz or 1.7 gigahertz. So, and also the memory, if you look at the hardware spec, the memory may only give you up to 256 megabyte. Okay, which means when you are doing some BitTorrent downloads, okay, or if there are too many clients concurrently connect to the router, the wireless router, it may not be able to handle it because of not enough CPU power or not enough memory. But think about this: if you install this card on the QNAP NAS on this 73 series, what do you get? You get the AMD quad-core 2.5 gigahertz processing power up to 3.4 gigahertz, right? And memory, like I said, how much memory? Yeah, you get up to 64 gigabyte memory on this model available. So it's really actually a very powerful wireless access point device. Okay. And since this device has 2 PCIe slots, so if you find out someday, if you just install one card and then you find out the wireless bandwidth is already saturated because you get more and more IoT clients, right? IoTs, there are small little devices, or you have many of the video streaming devices. You don't have enough bandwidth, you can at any time in the future purchase another of the QNAP, the wireless card, and then install it on the second slot of the 73 series. Then you can instantly create more of the wireless bandwidth, right, for you to use.
So that is why we need at least 2 PCIe slots, because the flexibility is unlimited. We can install so many different type of things. External devices depends on your own demands and your choices. Well, what I just cannot imagine if I have such a powerful NAS like 73, but I can only install 1 PCIe card, because that will be never enough. So
true. So like in my earlier session, I mentioned about the 73 series compared to the bigger brothers, TVS-73E, the Echo, the CPU itself does not have a built-in graphics, right?
Yes.
So what if you want to do some video transcoding, or what if you want to output some of the video to your monitor, or what if you want to output your virtual machine to a HDMI monitor? How can you do that? No problem. We give you back this function.
PCIe, right?
Yes. Like I said, this device has very fast PCIe Gen 3 by 4 dual slots, not just a Gen 2. So this is 73 series is capable of supporting external PCIe graphics card. Okay. So in the upcoming QTS 4.3.4, we actually added this very wonderful feature. Okay, so with that, 4.3.4, this version is not released yet, but coming soon. Okay, with that, and then we will allow you to install additional graphics card to the NAS.
Okay.
With that, you can use it for, like this one listed, HybridDesk Station for the HDMI output or for Qtier, and then for Linux Station, the Ubuntu usage, Container Station, or even for the transcoding. So keep it. But one thing to remind is that currently it can also support the NVIDIA-based graphics card, so NVIDIA GT 1030, GT 1050. All right. So here's the comparison. So without the GPU card, if you transcode by the CPU, 4K H.264 video, 1.2 gigabyte file, you will need almost 150 seconds to transcode this. But after you add a card to that, it just cuts down the transcoding time to 26 seconds.
Oh my God! It's
so
like
1/5. Yeah. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1/5 of the time. Yeah, 1/5 of the time required. So it allows you to do to finish more transcoding tasks at the same time. Yeah, and also gives you the real-time transcoding, right? And also HDMI output. So with that, it comes with the handy IR receiver on the front, right?
Yeah.
So with that, you can use our QNAP remote control IR004 to control the video playback, right? And then to also use our Q button. Yeah, the shortcut.
Can we one day on our live show, just you and me, Jason and Sam, and maybe we can just take the RM IR004 as maybe as a gift to our viewers. Maybe when they are online.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Yeah,
yes, yeah.
Because recently you will see for QNAP products, more and more NAS we will install the IR receiver. So the IR receiver can do so many things, like you can remote control the turn on and off, or maybe to connect to your surveillance system.
Yes.
Or maybe you
play
can
your music.
Yeah, play your music and
video.
so on. So no matter what, it's another, like, you need to purchase it. So I really looking forward to it, that maybe one day that we can take the remote control as a gift for our American users.
Yeah,
or users from that is not in Taiwan. Okay.
Yeah, it can be a nifty little gift for the audience.
So just follow our channel and keep subscribers, and maybe you can. There should be a button that if you click that, every time we have broadcast or we have new videos, you'll get a notification. So just do that, and when we have new movies or new shows that will send you the remote, we will do it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so you may wonder what kind of NVIDIA graphics card I can put in, right? First of all, be sure to check our website about the compatibility list.
Yes.
So QNAP Lab, we actually test them many of the cards from the market and then list the compatible models, all right? And then the second is here you will see the compatible dimensions for each 73 series. Yeah. So all the 73 series come with a 250 watt power supply. For the card support, here you will see a dimension. On the 4 bay, suppose that dimension 200 millimeter by 55 by 35. Okay, and like I mentioned earlier, only low profile PCIe graphics card is supported, low profile, but you can still find some in the market, even up to GT 1050. All right. And then on the right, for the 6-bay and 8-bay, a little bit more dimension available, okay, and supports a full height PCIe card.
Okay,
good. Right? And keep in mind that the 250 watt power supply does not provide additional power cable to the graphics card. So when you choose the graphics card, be sure to choose the one that's bus powered.
Okay.
So from the PCIe card,
good.
Right? PCIe slot. Mm-hmm. Now, so enough said about our graphics card support. Let's take a look at any more of the wonderful QTS functions, right?
Yeah, because you just mentioned we have 64 gigabytes supported for the DDR4 and such a good CPU. And you mentioned about, I think, like virtualize VM
yes.
and virtualized station. So I think, and maybe we can do something more than virtualization station. Yeah. So let's check out that.
Okay. So with the recently released QTS 4.3.4, we have a brand new storage and snapshot manager, so help you easily to make the management more efficient, and then also improve the graphics. And then we also have launched a lot of multimedia and productive enhancement tools with our many apps such as Cinema 28 and then QCloud Agent to have your own private online calendar and contacts, and also the Gmail backup. So actually, QNAP has invested a lot of R&D resources and to come up with many innovative features, right? And then also QNAP is a pioneer on the virtualization. Okay, so if you have followed us, if you are a fan, you know we are the pioneer in the NAS virtualization. So we support the VJBOD station. Now it's at the generation 3. So you can install and run Windows and Linux virtual machines on the NAS itself. Basically, we host our own hypervisor on the NAS, right? And then also container apps. So, and not just container apps, we also support LXC, which is Linux virtualization, which means you can run currently support Ubuntu. So it's very easy to install Ubuntu on the NAS.
Yeah.
Now, because the CPU is so powerful, so it's also very good to deploy this 73 series on a large surveillance area.
Okay.
You will see that on the surveillance station 5.1 on the NAS, you get 4 of the free channels. But if you look at here, the maximum channels you actually get 72. If you look at the other brands models, you may only stop at 40 or 50. Yeah. So actually, because CPU is more powerful, so it can handle more channels. And with our new QVR Pro, you get 8 free channels. So I think it's already enough for most offices, and homes. But if you are in the business area, you can also upgrade to up to 128 channels.
Yeah, sure.
And with QSP Cam 2, it's another nifty app that allows you to use USB webcam from Logitech or Microsoft. So you just connect a USB webcam to a NAS USB port on the back, for example, and then you can set up an instant live view. You can even do a remote viewing from the internet. So you can do an instant live view surveillance, And then to combine that with our surveillance software, you can actually do a recording and then do a playback. So it's a very useful function if you have some webcams laying around.
So we don't really need an
IP cam. Yeah, you don't need a DVR, NVR, IP cam.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And also with our QVR Pro, it is a very open software-defined software-defined application architecture. So we also have an API available.
Okay.
So if you are a system integrator or a programmer, you want to run your own project with your customized setup, feel free to contact us and then to get some documents to do your own project.
Sure.
Yeah. And how can you expand the NAS capacity? Because see, this series has a 4-bay, 6-bay, 8-bay. If you choose a 4-bay, someday you're gonna run out of capacity, right? So QNAP provides many different ways to expand the capacity besides just changing the hard drives. Okay. So first of all, you can use a virtual JBOD. You can connect up to 8 virtual JBOD devices. So for example, QNAP has many affordable ARM-based NAS. Okay. That gives you very large capacity, even up to 12-bay rack mount. With that, you can set up a virtual JBOD target, and then with the initiator on the 73 series, you can connect to it through iSCSI. And what's even better is that not just 1 gigabit. If you have a 10G connection, the file will transfer at a 10G speed. So actually, yeah, it's already faster than the, see the middle one, USB 3.1 Gen 1, which is a 3.0. So only 5G speed. So it's actually a faster way than the conventional USB expansion unit, right? Okay. So its 10G is very high speed data backup and access. So besides those two options, VJBOD and the USB expansion units, if you are enterprise or business users, you can also purchase the optional SAS expansion card. Here you will see the SAS-12G2E. So it's a dual port SAS 12G card that provides you two of the mini SAS connections, the ports, and then coupled with the 12G to 6G cable. And then you can connect the QNAP enterprise level 10-bay REXP expansion units. You can connect maximum 4. So instantly adds 40 hard drive capacity.
Okay.
And
oh my God! So like, well, you say we have a 4-bay NAS, and then we can have another VJBOD, so it's 12, and then we can have maximum 2 another expansion devices, so it should be 14. And then we can have another REXP 1000P devices, so 16.
And we don't limit just one. We don't force you just to choose one way to expand. Actually, you can use all of them together. So it's highly expandable with the QNAP NAS.
Can other brand do that?
They don't have a VJBOD function. Expand unit, their model may be based on eSATA, 3G speed.
So VJBOD, so we should emphasize that again. VJBOD is QNAP exclusive.
Yes.
And we can help you to, in my concept, like I have a NAS, I have another NAS, and the other NAS have extra space. And my NAS, not enough space. So I just take their space as my space through our VJBOD.
Yeah, you can create shared folders and then create users and set up the access right, just like internal capacity.
So I don't really have to purchase another expansion
unit,
and put new hard disk inside there.
Yeah, you can just use your existing NAS.
Yeah, so that is really good. So imagine that if you already have NAS and you just need to purchase more NAS for other purpose, but one day you will finally find that you don't have enough space to put your thing because the technology just grows so fast. Nowadays file data will just like grow and grow because we will have 4K videos, we will have more and more data files and logs and maybe Excel file, paper files, pictures, blah blah blah. So when the time comes, you will know how VJBOD can bring you a good efficient of more storage space. So this is our exclusive function. So keep an eye on this.
Yeah, because if you buy just a expansion unit, it's the only thing is just to expand this device, this NAS, right? But if you buy another NAS, and then you can not just it provides the NAS functions, but also it can be a VJBOD target for this 73 series. So it can only not just serve data to that department, but also provides storage for your main NAS. So it's like a 2-in-1 solution. Okay. So let's take a look at the 73 series and then just quickly go over the various hardware parts. All right.
Of course.
So let's switch to the live scene on the table.
Okay, and then we can see right here is an 8-bay NAS. I think that is 873, right?
Yes, I have prepared a TS-x73 here.
Okay, so let's change over there.
So, okay, here you will see the TS-x73, a brand new one. So it comes in black color. And as you can see here with the LED light, sorry, the lighting, I think some reflection here.
Kind of dark.
And the same Torres hard drive, Torres 3.5-inch drive installation tray. Okay, and then look at the back here. You will see the 2 PCIe slots, Gen 3x4.
Standard profile.
On the 8-bay, yes, it's a full height, yes.
Full height.
And then audio and USB ports, 4 gigabit LAN ports, and speaker. All right. So to upgrade the memory and install the PCIe cards and install the M.2 SSD, very easy. So first of all, you wanna remove some of the screws on the back, and I already did it before. And then you can simply just lift the cover. All right. After you lift the cover, you have access. You'll see right away the four solid memory slots here. Okay. And then probably need Sam to adjust the, turn on some light or just the
here. Can we? Oh, it's like.
Okay. Yeah, just getting some light here or just the same.
We will get some extra.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So besides the memory slots, as you can see here, there are also M.2 inside here. You will see the M.2 SSD slots here, two of them for the SATA M.2 SATA SSDs. So it's very easy to install. You can just install this here and then put in the screws, and then you will be able to install it. All right. Yeah. So it's okay just to let our audience know the relative position. Okay. Okay. More brighter now. Yeah. So memory M.2 SSD slots. Okay, and there's a dual fan zone. So here you will see the fan helps with the CPU cooling. All right. And then on the back here, you will see two of PCIe slots. So how can you install a graphics card like this one I have? This is I have a half height.
Give me more light.
Okay. Yeah. I have a half height PCIe card, graphics card here. So to install the card, first of all, you have to remove the power supply on the device. So to remove the power supply on the NAS, first of all, on the back here, there are a few screws you want to remove. After that, there are two more inside here. All right. After that, after you remove all the screws, then you can remove the power supply.
Okay, very easily.
Yeah, and then you want to remove the brackets to the PCIe slots. After you remove the bracket, you can simply remove that. Okay, I already did it at the advance. After that, very easy. You can just install the graphics card. Okay. Okay. Now I have a graphics card installed here. And, okay, and then just put a screw back. And keep in mind that you may wonder how come there are some additional extra connectors outside. It's no problem. It can still, the QTS and the NAS can still use the graphics out function, just run at the lower frequency.
Okay.
Yeah, so it still can be supported.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so that's enough about the various hardware components.
Sure.
So let's return to our presentation slides. So after we have gone over the various hardware parts, then let's take a look at the competition or the friend.
Always my favorite part.
Okay, so here with test number one, I'm going to test the 10 gigabit performance. Okay. All right. So on the left, you will see the QNAP TS-x73 8-bay model. I will install 8 of the SSDs in RAID 5, okay, with QTS, and then I will install a dual port SA Plus card. Sure. On the other model, I have also installed the same SSDs in RAID 5, and then with the default configuration, also the same dual port 10G SA Plus card. Okay, all right. Good. So based on our test, thanks to the high frequency of the CPU, the powerful CPU, you will see that when in the setup we have two PCs with 10G port, connecting to the same NAS, to QNAP NAS and the other NAS, and then so concurrently with two 10G port to read and write with I/O meter. Okay. So here you will see that the biggest difference will be the read speed because of the higher performance CPU. Of course. Okay. So now let's switch to the live demo. Let's try a real live test. Okay. Sure. To see how it compares. Okay. So let me just adjust the light here. So here I have there's a Synology 1870 Plus installed. Okay. So just to show you the performance here. The configuration. So 8 of the SSDs installed, all right? And then let's try to run a test. So let's try to run a sequential read. Okay, let's check the performance. This is a dual 10G port. Okay. So you will see it's about 1,300 megabyte per second. All right, 1,300 or 1,200. This is for read. Dual port 10G. Okay, now let's try check the write performance. The write performance will be SW64K. All right. So let's try to begin the test.
Sure.
Okay. So write performance right now it will become steady later. So we'll give it a little bit time. So because the first few seconds it may be take some time. So you will see it's about around 700, 650 like this. Okay. So this is about write performance. So let's take a look at the QNAP NAS, how the QNAP NAS compares. All right. Okay. So here, let me maximize it. I have set up also QNAP 8-bay TS-x73.
Of course.
Right. Also with the SSDs in RAID 5. All right. Now let's go also again the IO meter. Okay. Let's try that. So I'm gonna run the sequential read again. Okay. So previously it was 1,300 megabyte, right, per second. Let's try how this. Oh, sorry. Let's try how this compares. Oops, sorry. Let me maybe wrong one.
Okay.
Let's try again. And let me remove. It's read. Okay.
Okay.
Try.
Yeah.
Okay. Here you'll see. Yeah. So the live test of the TS-x73 with SSDs and 10G, dual 10G port, see 1,700 megabyte per second. So it's 400 megabyte more than the other model, right?
That's like almost 40%.
Yes. Okay, so let's try the write speed. Write speed based on test should be similar. All right. Let's try.
The Synology had like
about 650 or 700. So the write speed are similar.
But still a little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit better. Few maybe 40, 50 megabyte faster. So this really shows you why the TS-x73 NAS is a much better choice when it comes to a performance with a dual 10G ports.
Of course.
So let's switch back to the PowerPoint slide. Okay.
We have checked the performance run. Any other thing we have to check?
And the second test I'm going to show you is today if you get a 4-bay model, right? TS-473, very affordable model. And then I have only installed 3 of the hard drives, 3. So in RAID 5. So you get about 2 hard drive performance, right? And each hard drive is about 160 megabyte per second. Times 2 will be about 330 megabyte per second, 350, right? So theoretically, if you use this setup, you only get a 350 megabyte per second performance. However, because this NAS has first of all, built-in 2 M.2 SSD SATA slots on the motherboard, right? And then 2 PCIe slots. So I'm going to install the 2 of the M.2 SATA on the motherboard, and then a QN2 card with 2 of the M.2 SATA SSDs. Okay. With the 4 SSDs, I'm gonna form a Qtier RAID 5. So it's Qtier RAID 5 high-speed tier. Okay. And then second port, I'm going to install a 10G base T card, QXG 10G1T, just to show you the performance. Here you will see. So original speed will be about 350 megabyte. You can with a Qtier support and the M.2 SSD, and you can jump to you can get write about 650 megabyte per second, and read. Well, you get a 1,100. So it's a full speed with a read performance. So let's switch to a live view, and then let's try to test it. All right. Okay. Again, let me maximize it. So with this, I have here TS-473 installed, and then let's take a look at the storage setup. So here I have 3 hard drives. Okay, 3 hard drives. 1 terabyte hard drives in RAID 5, And then with the Qtier, the high-speed tier, I have set up the RAID 5 with the M.2 SSDs.
Yes.
Okay. So now let's take a look at the performance. So I'm going to check the performance here. Okay. So let me first try to delete the files here. All right. Oh, sorry. Let me try to do an upload. Okay. Oh, no upload. Let me download first let me get a file. So on the NAS TS-x73, I have a 10 gigabyte file. So let's try to download this file to see how fast it can get. So on the local disk PCIe, I have used the RAM cache just to make sure there's no bottleneck on the internal drive. So let's try to download this here. Okay, to the download speed. Folder. Yeah. See, the read speed is 10G speed, so 1 gigabyte per second and very steady, right? Yeah. So again, it shows you the CPU is quite powerful. All right. So now I'm going to check the write upload speed. Okay. So let me just try to delete the files on the NAS first. Okay. So let's try to upload the same file to the NAS. Okay. All right. Let me just rename it. Just make sure everything is fair. Upload. Okay. So now let's try to upload it.
Still very fast.
Still very fast. Yeah, similar to our previous PowerPoint, it's about 600 something megabyte per second. So again, this shows you when you only have just few hard drives, you won't be limited by hard drive performance. Yeah. You can just use our Qtier with very fast SSDs to form a very high performance storage with the NAS. Okay. So this ends our live show. Let's go back to our slide.
Yeah.
Okay, so finally, here just show you the overview of the comparison.
Okay, so we can see that no matter it's on the processor, memory, and the limitation to the memory, and of course the quick access of the USB, PCIe slots, and the transcoding, HDMI. Okay, basically it's like everything. It's like, yeah, basically it's everything that we are better at everything. Every columns and every necessary functions that you will need when you have an X73, no matter it's a 4-bay, 6-bay, or 8-bay, because a NAS is more than you imagine what it can do for you. So that is why I said you need to have a QNAP NAS, because you have a NAS now. Maybe you just limited your own demand to a NAS, but one day you will find that you need more and more functions from your NAS. But if you have a NAS that cannot have a good memory or a good processor or a good PCIe supported version, or maybe another external devices install supported, you will find that you'll blame yourself for not buying a better one under the same budget when you had choices. So that is why, after checking on this comparison, if you are a reseller, now you know how to make more profit by QNAP products. If you are a user or you are a business owner, MIS team member, now you know for which type is a better one for you to promote to your accountant department or something. Whatever. So okay, that is the whole thing for the comparison.
Yeah. So just to make your choices easier, if you wanted a very unique QNAP USB quick access feature, USB plug and play, choose the 73E series. If you want ready-to-use multimedia features, choose the 73E series. And if you want the useful LCD monitor, 73E series. And if you can live without those features, then before you consider other model, take a look at the upcoming 73 series, right? It will be available very soon in all available channels. So keep in mind with that. And as you can see, it basically beats the competition in many ways. All right. Okay. So this is our today's quick overview about the upcoming TS-73 series models. So you get a 4-bay, 6-bay, 8-bay.
Yeah, we have 2 PCIe slots.
Yes.
And a better CPU.
Yeah, M.2 SSD slots built in.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
okay.
Where can you find another choice? Okay, so let's go back to the live. And so it has been a very good week because we have a new 1677X released, and then now we have the TS-x73 series ready to be released in the market. So I believe that we will keep providing you a better and better function and hardware specification on the NAS. So just keep in mind that one day we will send you the IR remote maybe. So if you like our video, please subscribe our channel, and we will keep give you more and more videos, no matter it's on the hardware or software or how to use our app very in a very good way and make your work function and efficient more better. So once again, thank you, Jason, for coming and give us such a detailed and good information about our new product. And we will see you next time on QNAP broadcast.
See you next time. Bye bye.